Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Tales from the Pen, Part 4. If you're new to the channel, please go down, hit subscribe. And for the people who've been here, maybe leave a comment down in the comment box. Let me know how I'm doing. If you like it, if you don't like it, whatever. It's your opinion. Today I'm going to do a little bit different too. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about jail, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the mentality when you come home from prison after doing a lot of years. Now, as I've stated in all my other videos, I do this for the kids so they understand that there's nothing cool about prison. Nothing cool about the jail system any type of way. And I want to talk a little bit about relationships, and I want to talk a little bit about the mental mindset that you have when you're coming home. And even after all these years that I still have, right? First of all, in prison, respect is big. You have to give respect to get respect, and most people respect that. Those who don't respect that, that's when there's problems. That's when there's incidents. That's when there's stabbings, cuttings, and all types of things when you don't respect the next person. You know? Or they don't respect you. One of the two. So coming out from prison, and even to this day, is still hard for me. Let me explain. First of all, you think somebody who's been in a jail cell, you think somebody who's been in solitary a lot, that they would come out of prison and just want to be around people because they've been, you know, more or less by themselves for so many years. To me, it's quite the opposite. I hate crowds. I hate being, I don't remember the last time I've been to a club. You know, I don't remember the last time I've been to a lounge, right? Because for me, it's like the yard when you're in the clubs. You know, you got all these dudes playing the wall, looking at you, grilling you, you know, and don't even understand the stuff you've been through or where you've been or even what you're capable of. So I tried to remove myself from those situations, not for, you know, for anything but that these people have no clue, right? And they have no clue of who I am and what I'm capable of. So I try to remove myself so I do not get in trouble. And I know those type of environments is not good for me. Also, what's not good for me is being around a lot of people, right? I'm very much different now. I'm very, very much different now than when I first went to prison. When I first went to prison, I used to like to be around crowds, be around everything. Now, I hate it. Now, I can't even go to a baseball game and enjoy it, okay? I can't do that because, like, I just went on Father's Day. But I'm trying to watch the game, but there's so many people around me, it's like I get anxiety, I can't breathe. And my head is constantly on a swivel. Constantly looking around. Constantly looking to see if, you know, maybe I did something to somebody. Or maybe I have an enemy or whatever it is. When I'm in a restaurant, it's the same thing. Anyone that passes me, I'm looking at them. I'm looking at their hands. I'm looking to see, make sure they don't have nothing in their pockets. This is the mentality that I developed in the penitentiary. And even though I'm home, it doesn't matter. That mentality's still with me, right? Because when you're raised in the jungle, it's hard to come out and be civilized. It's hard to come out and be what people call, quote unquote, normal. A lot of people think you just come out of prison and everything's just hunky-glory and, you know, hunky-dory, whatever that saying is, and everything should just go back to normal. Let me tell you something. There's certain decisions you're going to make in your life that will forever have consequences. Forever. I will forever be haunted by the penitentiary. Forever. Because of the stuff I've seen, the stuff I've done, and the stuff I've been through. So it's hard for me to even still, to this day, adjust to what, quote unquote, is normal society. It's hard for me that when I open the door for somebody and they walk through that door and they don't say thank you, it's hard for me not to smack them upside the head. It's hard. As soon as they walk past me, they look at me and don't say thank you, I'm the first one to be like, you're welcome. Then I gotta catch myself. I'm the first one that if somebody steps on my shoes and keeps walking, looks at me and keeps walking, I'm the first one to be like, excuse me. You don't say sorry, you don't apologize in an aggressive manner. Because that's what I know. But then I gotta catch myself because I forgot. I'm not in prison anymore. But the mentality is still there. That mentality will never ever leave me. Relationships have been hard since I've been home. Because it's hard for me to trust anybody. Because that's what I was taught in there. You know, I've had a couple boys, you know, maybe 4 or 5 of them that I keep in touch with and that we tight now, you know. But the reality is, you're taught in there you can't trust anybody. Anybody will snake you. So with that mentality, it's never left me. It's hard for me to forge relationships with people, especially new people. It's just hard. Past relationships, you know, have went downhill with me because I'm a certain way and I don't trust anybody. That's just the way it is. You know, these are things you don't think about, you know, when you're doing these, you know, crimes, or these are the type of things you don't think about when you first go to penitentiary. But that thing, anybody who's been in prison a long time will, you know, is shaking their head because they understand. It's hard to trust. You know, anybody that walks past, I must look, I must see what's going on. And it's a tough way to live your life. You know, certain relationships that I've had in life, even family structure, has been different for me. You know, my little brother, when I went to prison, my little brother was in preschool. When I came home, he was in his 2nd year of John Jay College. We have a good relationship now. It could be better. But that's because of me. That's because I wasn't there for him. You know, I wasn't there at his baseball games. I wasn't playing basketball with him. I wasn't helping him, you know, through years that he needed help. Love my brother, love my family. You know, and I know they love me too. But it was always different. I didn't have anything to do with raising him. My little brother was always good. Let's get this right. My little brother was always good in the neighborhood because everybody knew that was Fred's little brother. And everybody knew that, you know, anything happened to him, then 100 Wolverines were coming. That's just the way it is. So he was good, right? On that side. But, you know, I feel so horrible that I wasn't there for him and my family. I wasn't. You know, we have a great relationship now. And it's wonderful. But I'm just saying that it's different, all because of choices I made when I was younger, all because I wanted to run the streets like a tough guy, all because I didn't want to listen to people who told me this was my destiny. I used to have teachers that tell my mama, listen, by the time that kid's 17 years old, he gonna be dead or jail. I used to laugh at them people. But they were prophets. They were right. They were 100% right. I just didn't listen. You know? Now, I don't say all this so people feel bad for me or anything like that. I'm just giving you the other side of life. There's another side that when you come out of prison, it's a whole different world out here. And it's so hard for me to adjust. And unless you've been through that, you wouldn't understand. And that's why I say I do this for the kids, man. I do this so they understand that there's much more to prison than stabbings and rapes. All that's going to come in other videos. I didn't even get to the rapes and all that stuff that happens. But there's much more to it. That once you're out of prison, you know what? You're never really out of prison. You're never really out of prison. I love to be alone. And again, you would think somebody who's been in solitary and confined to a cell and all this stuff for so many years that, you know, I would come home and, you know, want to party. No, I want to be alone. I like to be by myself because I know I can't get in trouble by myself. I know I can't hurt myself. You know, do I want to be like this? No, I can't help it. It's ingrained in me. It's who I am. When I see mice, roaches, rats, it does something to me. Why? Because we're going to take a trip right now up to Comstock, Great Meadow Correctional Facility, aka Comstock, straight gladiator school. But it was the most disgusting place I ever been. That's a fact. Disgusting. Dirty, nasty, horrible. First night in the cell, I see something flying by. So what the hell is that? My neighbor told me that was bat. They have bats in Comstock. Birds, bats, mice, rats, big water bugs. Disgusting. They even have cats. People have cats. There's cats running around out there. You know, anybody, again, been at Comstock, Clinton, certain places, there's cats in the facility. The cats chase the mice, so, you know, no one really minded. When I used to have to go in my cell, I used to have to remove my sheets and look because the mice would be all on my bed. I couldn't put my head on a pillow until I opened, you know, lifted it up and made sure there was no mice running around in there, because sometimes they hide inside your pillow, all of that. And they were aggressive mice. You chase them away, a few hours later, they're back. They're back. The mice and the rats ran Comstock, man. Not the inmates or the prisoners, man. It was disgusting. They used to eat and burrow through your food as well. I used to have a clothesline that I used to hang from one part of my cell to another, and you hang clothes over it, just like clothesline, maybe shoestring-ish material, very thin. When you go to the mess hall in Comstock, you can't take anything out of the mess hall. Like, you can't take your food back to your cell. Only thing you can take back to your cell is 4 slices of bread. You may have peanut butter and jelly or something like that in your cell. I used to take that, put it in a bread bag, but you used to have to stash it somewhere because in the middle of the night you hear the mice just running through your bread bag. I remember I used to call them ninja mice, because that clothesline I'm telling you about, I used to hang my bread from the clothesline in a bread bag, hang it from the clothesline, so it's literally suspended in the middle of the air, in the middle of a cell. And I'd still wake up and they would be in my bag. How? Because these motherfuckers would crawl across the fucking clothesline to get to my bread. Ninja mice, acrobats. These are facts. I couldn't put my shoe on until I picked them up and cleaned them out and made sure there was no mice and rats inside my boots. This is how I lived. That was a few different facilities, but Comstock was just the worst. This is how I lived, amongst the rats and the roaches. I used to take baby powder and spray it all around my cell because for some reason the roaches really didn't like the baby powder. The mice, they played with it. They thought it was snow or something. They had fun in it. The mice just run right past it. Is this how you want to live your life? Is this what you want to go through? Again, I do this for the kids so they understand. It's crazy in the penitentiary, and you do not want to be a part of that. If you're out here and you're doing wrong, you better change your life. Listen to me when I tell you that. Because when people used to tell me that, I didn't listen. I did not listen. I thought I knew all life's answers. I didn't know shit. So if you're out here and you're doing wrong, you need to change your ways. You need to change your ways. If you're out here selling drugs, stop. In this day and age of technology, surveillance, GPS, your phones, you can't get away. You can only do wrong for so long. Remember that. Let's rewind that. You can only do wrong for so long before it catches up with you. And I don't want to see people 4, 5, 10 years from now doing these kind of videos who watch my video. You need to change your ways. Change your ways. Change your habits. Do something positive with your life. You have to justify your existence here on this planet. Do something positive. To all the kids, you were put here for a reason. You must find that reason, find that purpose, and seek it out. You weren't put here to smoke blunts on the corner. You weren't put here to bang. You weren't here to put that. You weren't here to do that. So please, change your ways, change your mentality. Listen to Fred. I know what I'm talking about. On that note, we're going to end part 4. And part 5 will probably be up maybe later today, tomorrow. If not, definitely by Saturday. Because I have so much to talk about. And I know after a certain amount of minutes, people lose interest in the videos. So I'm going to try to limit them to about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less. And I've seen I've already went over that now. Because I'm just so passionate about what I'm speaking about. I'm just so passionate about trying to help people understand that there's more to it. There is so much more to it. On that note, again, please go down, subscribe. Let me know if you liked the video, if you didn't like the video. My Instagram, PaleRider11367. For now, Fred White, signing off.